Yeah, sorry, I had put myself also on mute. Welcome everyone on WebEx. So this is a session every Wednesday we have. There's a group called as healthyliving@cisco.com, and if you are not subscribed it, you can subscribe it. We meet once every week, Wednesday that is. And apart from that also we have a lot of exchange on the mail topics related to health. So once a week we meet every Wednesday 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. in the Club Cisco building 15, 4th floor. So today we have an interesting topic. Blood pressure and diabetes are not diseases. The treatment or medication that we take are the actual diseases. We'll try to get more clarity on this. But one thing I can assure you that when we understand the subject completely, a person who was diagnosed as diabetic can go ahead and eat sweet. A person who has been diagnosed as a BP patient can go ahead and eat salt, spice, anything. Okay, provided we understand the whole thing. That is my my guarantee from you. When we understand the subject, we can eat sweet. So before we start the new topic, we just generally go through what we covered till now. So till now we covered the anatomic therapy of life, a life without diseases or medication. So in that we discussed how to eat, techniques of eating, some 16 steps is there. So that was our second session. The recordings are there, you can go through that. So if we eat properly, in a summary what happens is, when we eat properly, our body becomes capable enough to handle all the problems it has, right? If we don't digest it properly, then that's when we have all kinds of problems, right? If the digestion happens properly, body is equipped enough to handle itself. That was the topic, and that is called as anatomic therapy way of life. The next topic was sleep versus rest. Sleep versus rest, what we need and who needs what. Most of the time we will be in our bed, we will not be getting sleep, we will be crawling on the bed. And on the other hand, there is a person who just lies on the bed and immediately he sleeps, right? So what is the difference between sleep and the rest of thought? Who needs what? That is the. After that, we had a session on taste therapy. Good health by eating tasty food. This session also had a lot of good feedback, and people had asked me to repeat the session again. Probably we'll do it again once again. So sorry, that's where the recording got stopped. So we'll try to do that session again, and that is you can become healthy by eating tasty food. You can eat whatever you want, right? Because we have been created a fear in our mind. Don't eat this, don't eat that, right? But the body creates a sensation because the body needs that. So we have to eat tasty food because the body needs that particular taste, and each taste is connected to organ like that. It's a whole thing. So we can eat tasty food, and by that we can become healthy, right? Otherwise, God must be a cruel person, right? To give a tongue which is always want to taste something, and then we have a dietitian who is restricting us from tasting them. Right? So there is a purpose of tongue, there is a purpose of taste, and taste is connected to organs. Probably I'll give an example before we move on. When you put something sour on our taste, our eyes automatically close. It could be tamarind, raw mango, right? Why it is closing when it is sour, but not when it is something sweet or spicy, right? Or any other taste. Out of 6 tastes, only when sour is put, our eyes is closed, which means the taste of sour is connected to eyes. That's how it goes. So each taste has a set of organs. And our friend Vikram shared a document which is having list of the whole thing. That is also put in the wiki page. People can go through it. So the wiki page is jaivon/group/healthyliving. Here is today's topic. So as I told, by the end of the session, person who has been diagnosed as diabetic will be able to eat sweet, and so with person with BP. So before we get into the topic, I just wanted to do an example, small example. In this example, you tell me what is the disease and what is the treatment. Okay. So there's a person, and he's getting exposed to dust particles. What will happen? Breathing problem will happen, and it will start he'll start sneezing. Correct? He'll start coughing, he'll start sneezing. What we will think that this coughing and sneezing is a problem, and we'll try to take some medication. See what the body is doing, the person starts sneezing and coughing because a foreign particle has come inside. Dust in this example, but it could be something else also, it could be a virus also. Some foreign particle has come inside the body is trying to throw it out. The body is trying to throw it out, right? This is the body's medication. This is the body's medication that it is trying to throw out a foreign particle, the dust particle. But we are thinking this coughing and sneezing is a problem, and we try to take some cough syrup or some medicine, and we try to stop the cough. Next, still the body will not give up, okay? Because the body knows that this dust particle is very dangerous. It will try to throw it out in another manner. Cough we have stopped by taking cough syrup. So it's like cleaning a place. So we clean, the place is not clean. Then we try to clean it with help of water. Same thing body also will do. So body will do it through running nose. You can always analyze the moment you stop cough or sneeze, next stage is running nose. Definitely 100%. It's like trying to clean that place with the help of water. That's what the body will do. This is body's treatment mechanism, I'm telling. So this is the treatment body is doing, but we'll think running nose is a problem. We'll do treatment for treatment itself. Body is doing a treatment of sending the dust particle out through sneeze and cough. We are stopping that. The body won't give up. It will try to do through running nose. Continuous running nose will be there. That is the treatment body is doing. But what we'll do, we'll try to stop that. Next stage, it will become solid. It will become that common cold, what we call it as. Right? So water, it's not cleaning the place. So what we will do, we'll try to do some other thing. So same thing body does. So common cold, we think is a disease, but actually in medical terms it's called as a helper, which this doctors will not. Cold is not the problem. If cold is there, it is good. What it does is, the thing which was not able to be cleaned by sneeze through air force or through water, running nose, it will entrap that item, so that it doesn't go and do harm to any other organ of the body. It will entrap that, and then it will try to send it out. So that common cold, if you see, it will have some virus or dust particle inside it. One more level of treatment that the body is trying to throw the dust particle out. What we do? For cold, we will take some tablet again. D-cold or some tablet we will take. So body is doing continuously trying to throw that object out, but we are thinking that is a problem and we are taking medication for medication. Still the body will not give up. So the body will be cursing us. What is this guy doing? I'm trying to throw this dust particle outside, but this guy is trying to stop me. Finally, what the body will do, it will take that cold and solidify it and store it in the lungs. That is called as phlegm. The common cold gets converted into phlegm. And it will wait for some time. One day I will get an opportunity when I can throw it out. It will wait, that day will not come. So then, what it will still not give up. The body is so well engineered, it will still not give up. So it will try to create a diarrhea for the person one day, someday. So the body will say, okay, today, Monday to Friday, this guy is busy, is going to office. Today I should not give a diarrhea. Okay, Saturday this guy is going for team outing, I should not give. Sunday this guy is free. Okay, that's the day. The body will plan like that. See, people who are having low BP, high BP, they'll faint, right? They will never faint when they're driving. They'll never faint when they're in a very something serious. The body will say, okay, which is the right time. Okay, he's driving. If I faint now, it's not a good thing. Okay, now he's sitting in the back seat, aram se, nothing to worry. Okay, now I can give faint him. Of course, for some treatment purpose only. So it will give diarrhea when you are fully free, mind is free. Sunday it will give. That time also to diarrhea for what? To throw that dust particle out. That also we will not, we will not tolerate. We will think diarrhea is a problem and we'll go to doctor and we'll take some tablet. We'll stop it there also. Finally, the body will still not give up. It will still store it and wait for some day you will get free. That day I will throw like that. And that when it stores for a long years, that gets converted into cancer. That topic, how the dust particle gets converted into cancer, is a separate topic itself. probably we'll cover in the future. So what I'm saying is a small dust particle which came, which the body was trying to throw through sneeze and cough, we stopped and it ended up as a cancer. Because we are doing treatment for treatment. Body is doing a treatment, we are doing treatment on top of it. So in this you tell me who is doing a treatment and who is increasing the disease. Body is doing a treatment, we are doing against it. Yeah.
Cancer is not disease, right? Cancer is nothing but uncontrolled growth of number of cells or tissues.
So that's what. Yeah. So we'll discuss in detail in the next class how the dirt becomes cancer.
Sure.
Probably I'll just give one hint. So you take some cooked rice, boiled rice, put it in a container and close it. So the container has nothing but rice. After some time, some small insects will start coming. Then some worms will start coming. From where did they come? So that growth of that insect happened from where? From that rice only. And that insect will grow from the rice and it will start eating the rice itself. So that's how it gets converted. It's a big topic, but this that growth happened from that rice itself. And it will start eating the rice itself. So after some time there will be no more rice, only worms will be there. After sometimes that worms also will not be there, like that. It's a process. So coming back to the topic, so body is doing a treatment. On top of that, we are doing a treatment. So in this example, you can understand that if we don't communicate with our body properly, we will end up having bigger problems. A small sneeze got into running nose, got into common cold, got into phlegm, got into diarrhea. Finally, we'll end up with cancer.
How long do you wait for the body treatment to complete?
Ideally, it varies from case to case, but ideally 2 to 3 days. Fever is also one type of treatment for the body. See, body is not a mad thing. Suddenly it will give rise in temperature. It is rising in temperature to kill some virus or something in the body, right? But we think fever is a problem and we take medication for that.
Yes, it has been taught.
Which is unfortunate. So these were all like emergency cases. In emergency cases, okay, tomorrow is your final exam. You can take fever tablet and go and write an exam and come back. But not as always. So common cold, 3 to 4 days. Maximum a week. Would you come and keep it?
Even according to medical data, typhoid is a condition which should go away on its own after 14 days. So we are interfering with the system of working, and that's where all.
Because we are not communicating with the body, and we are taking the wrong steps.
Fever we should not take release. It becomes temporary. It's very dangerous. No, see that the criteria is whatever I am practicing, I can share.
Right.
Whenever I encounter some kind of a feverish condition, body heaviness and cold and all, so I allow it to do whatever it's doing. Like I keep a big cloth, I keep on removing it.
Right.
So
cold is a common cold. Don't keep it back. You should spit it out. That's it.
Yeah. Same is the.
And there also the process is like Jal Niti, where you pass water from one nose and take it from the other nose. It sounds like a circus, but it's a very, very simple thing. You can search in YouTube. There are hundreds of videos on Jal Niti. Some people do with cloth also. Some people do with water also. You keep on clearing this nose, you will never get a lung-related cancer because all the common cold that is getting generated will get flushed out. So coming back to the topic, diabetes and BP are not disease. So we'll start with diabetes. Okay. So someone keep check on the time. Probably I think we'll try to cover both. So what is glucose? The final element after digestion. Say we eat, then food gets digested in the stomach. Right? Food gets digested in the stomach. Then finally, the last final particle is glucose, right? This glucose is a very, very important guy. For any cell to function, it requires 3 things: glucose, oxygen, and water. Without these 3 things, a cell cannot survive even for a minute. In our earlier example, we saw that if we are not eating properly, fat becomes bad fat, bad cholesterol, bad calcium. Body can tolerate any of these things. Bad fat, it will say, okay, this is available, I will use it. If good fat comes, it will throw it. Until good fat comes, it will use the bad fat. Bad cholesterol, it will use it. Bad calcium, it will use it. If it gets good, it will replace it. How it can get good? When you are eating properly, when you are following those 16 steps of digestion, eat when you are hungry, chew with lips closed. If you do these two things, whatever is going inside will be good only. Good sugar, good calcium, good salt. But if you don't eat when we are hungry, and we are not chewing with lips closed, out of 16 points, these are 2 important points. So we have to chew the food with lips closed, so that we ensure that saliva mixes properly. And this we do, everything goes inside the body good only. Okay. So, other things, why I told you this was, the other thing, bad fat it will tolerate, bad cholesterol it will tolerate, anything other it will tolerate. Bad glucose it will never tolerate. A cell will die without glucose, but it will never take a bad glucose. Because if it takes a bad glucose, it will die, so it will not at all take. That's the design of it. So how a good glucose will come? If it digests properly, good glucose will come. So good glucose or bad glucose, if it is digest, that's the only thing. So I'm just giving a rough say, if this is the formula for good glucose, if it is everything digested properly in all the stages, the formula for bad glucose will be something like this. Very close, but it's not matching. So body is designed to accept this part, not this part. So how to know whether glucose is good glucose or bad glucose? There is a quality here in the body called as pancreas. So when we eat the food finally becomes glucose. That's the final last particle, right? It is there in everything. It's there in rice, it's there in wheat, it's there in everything. Without this, you can't find a food without this. Even Karela juice, which is like the bitter gourd, that also has glucose. Every food has glucose. And whatever we eat, the body has to get glucose because every second, every cell needs glucose. So this glucose will get into the blood. So whatever we eat, the blood is a carrier, right? In our earlier example also we saw that blood is a carrier of nutrition throughout the body. From the hair to the toe, blood is the supplier of everything. Blood will supply calcium, nutrition, everything it will supply. It will also supply glucose. So glucose will be supplied for every part, and other organs or other cells will never take it if it's not quality certified. Pancreas is the guy who is doing the quality certification. So this glucose which is mixed in blood is a carrier. The glucose which is mixed in the blood passes throughout the body and comes to the place called as pancreas. Pancreas will take the glucose from the blood and it will check whether you are in the good formation, good molecular structure or bad molecular structure. If it is good molecular structure, it will give something called as insulin. Say this is our sugar or glucose. The intermediate terms we can use whatever you want. This is our glucose in the blood. It will take and test each glucose element. It will take and check. If it is properly made, it will give a certification called as insulin. If it is not, it will not be. Okay? And every cell will check for this insulin, whether it is certified or not certified. Because cell will not have the intelligence to check whether it is good or bad. Cell will say, okay, you are a sugar, I don't know what to do with you. You go to pancreas and get certified and come back. Pancreas is the guy who does the certification. Now the problem that this is how the body functions, right? So once a cell will see whether you have insulin or not. Okay, you're in your glucose, you have insulin, I will take you. No questions asked. If insulin is there, I will take you. If insulin is not there, I will not take you. Simple. This is how the body functions. Now, what happened after that was, because of our wrong digestive habits, wrong eating habits, what happens is there are more bad glucose in the body and less good glucose in the body. What will pancreas do? So after this, okay, before going to that. So when the bad glucose is there, it's just roaming around the body. It will not get any certification, and finally the bad glucose will go out of the body through urine. Right? So this is what was happening. This is what happens in the body. Good, it will get insulin, and body will take it and supply to cell. And good glucose is so nice that the body will think this is a very rare thing, right? Because it's a very important thing. It's an important thing. So if it is excess quantity, it will start combining it. Like 1 rupee we have, 100 1 rupees. It will take, the body will take, combine them into one element as a 100 rupee note. It will take all the 100 rupees note and combine it and make it as a 1000 rupee note. So like that, it will combine and will start storing in the bodies, different parts, muscle, bone, for emergency use. Because in case of emergency, we need a lot of glucose. Say a person met with accident, a lot of blood loss has happened. So new cells have to be created, a lot of glucose is required. Where this will come? Because the person is in accident and his hand is cut, is bleeding. You cannot go and tell, okay, now you take glucose, it will create new cells. By the time, I don't know what would have happened to the person. Right? So that time it will start taking from these reserves. Why I am telling this? I'll come. So it will start taking from this reserve. This 1000 rupees note which it kept, it will start making it chiller again, and it will start regenerating cells again. This is how the body function is happening. This is how the body functions, how glucose comes, how it gets insulin, how it gets compacted, how it gets stored, and how it gets retrieves in terms of emergency. Now, because of our wrong eating habit, what happened was, this was very less, and this started becoming more and more.
Bala, you have muted yourself, I guess.
Okay, sorry. So because the bad glucose is more in the body, what will be the next step that will happen? The person will start urinating more. Because what happens to the bad glucose, it will all get collected. None of the cell in the body will use. The body will not compact it. It will not store it. All that will be passing through. And this we think is a disease, which it is not. If it is good glucose, body would have used it or stored it. Because it is bad, the body is not using it. And as and when this keeps on increasing, the sugar quantity of the glucose quantity that person needs is not there. And the doctor will check, right? And say your sugar is 400. 400 what? 400 good sugar or 400 bad sugar? If it is good sugar, body would have used it. As per today's date, medical science either doesn't want to accept it or doesn't know it that there is bad sugar and good sugar. They think only sugar is there. Few decades back, they only had one term, cholesterol. Now they are accepting, no, there is good cholesterol, there is bad cholesterol. HDL and LDL. One decade back they did not accept it. No. Cholesterol means bad, stop all oil. That's not true. Body requires oil, body requires fat. Now they accept, no, there is good cholesterol. So in the future they will accept. But we will not wait till the future. We know for now, if it is digested properly, it is good. If it is not digested properly, it's bad. Yeah,
The
bad glucose,
right? Having it will damage kidneys.
Nothing.
So
no cell will ever use a sugar that glucose which is not having insulin. It will never take it. It will die without glucose, but it will never take bad glucose which is without insulin.
So why the diabetes will lead to liver damage? kidney
Yeah.
damage.
If we start taking the medication which doctor subscribes, then that will start. I'll come to that. I'll come to that. That's a very bad part. People will start getting wounds on the leg.
Yeah.
It will not heal. Their eyesight will start becoming weak. All this will happen. I'll come to that.
So there should be some reference for this notion, no, that bad glucose or good glucose. So we are saying that
Medical science till today doesn't accept it.
no,
They
but
say,
it should be there, no, some findings or something.
so there are few people who are talking about it, like Healer Bhaskar and Dr. Kadar and Dr. B.M. Hegde. So few people who are coming out of the thing and want to educate people.
If you are serious about, and if you are ancient Indian knowledge, then I would refer you to Pushpita Samhita and Charaka.
No, but that time finding glucose and bad and
See,
good.
glucose is a term
Which is there.
prevalent now.
We can call it with different names. We can call it pen, or we can call it in Hindi different names.
Yes, yes.
That's it. So these are HDL, LDL. These are terms which the medical science gives. Otherwise, in simple terms, it is good, properly digested, bad, not digested.
So
Simple
today
terms.
we are doing the blood testing. We are finding out
Correct.
blood like the sugar,
Blood level,
the
glucose level, sugar level,
So
yes.
it is high. So
Correct.
that means I find out it's a diabetic condition. So that time I should refer it's a bad sugar.
Exactly. Because if it's good sugar, body will use it.
So it will never come in the blood because in
It will-
LDL, HDL.
So there are
whenever
these
we are
stages.
doing test, we
See,
are
there are
able
these
to
stages.
find out.
We start eating here.
Mhm.
After 2 hours, the digestion process complete. And after 2 hours, in this stage, we will get the glucose.
Yes.
Okay? So between this stage and going to pancreas, there is some time. Right? So it will go roam throughout the blood. So this time you test, we don't know whether it is good sugar or bad sugar. After pancreas has certified, after this stage, we know it is good sugar or bad sugar. Because a quality engineer has given a certification.
Duration.
Ideally, it's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours.
After 2 hours.
After by 2.5 hours, pancreas would have done its test and it would have given the result. And still this guy is, after test he just gives insulin and sends. So these sugar particles, they will be roaming around in the blood.
Yeah.
And anybody who needs the glucose, they will check, insulin is there, okay, open the door, you please come. You are a glucose element, you have insulin, you please come. You are a glucose element, but you don't have insulin, you go. So that will be freely roaming around, and after some time it will pass in the urine, urinary bladder. Body will push it to the urinary bladder, and that. So because of a wrong eating habit, this will start reducing over a period of time, over a period of years, and this will start increasing. So how to do digestion we discussed in the second topic. People who missed it probably will try to do another session, or you can refer the recordings of that. So if you follow that, then this will never happen. Whatever we eat will always be good only, because digestion starts with the mouth. We are doing the mistake here and we are trying to correct it somewhere else. That's the problem. So if you send everything good, no problem. This problem is coming because we are sending back. So they do this test and they say, okay, your blood level, sugar level is 200, 300, 400, some number they will give. The comedy starts now. Because they don't have the concept of good sugar or bad sugar, you know what they will say? They will say, pancreas malfunction. They will say, your pancreas is not releasing insulin. It's like telling, you have a development team, you have a QA team. QA team is raising a lot of bugs. Any QAs here? So, QA team is raising a lot of bugs and they're not releasing the product. Because of the QA team, they're not able to release the product. QA teams are raising valid bugs. So what they do is, okay, this QA team, we will make them dummy. We will hire a third-party QA team. Third-party QA team comes. They don't do any kind of test. Every test case, pass, because they have time limit or whatever, or they don't know the product end to end. Third-party QA team comes. Every test case, pass. Because of this, product will get launched. Because test case, everything passed. But finally, what will happen? Product customers will come back and eat. Company's reputation is gone. Same thing happens here. Body has a QA controller, pancreas. It will not give insulin if it is not called DMET. It will never give. And it will never possible that pancreas malfunction will happen for half of the world's population. That is impossible. It's like telling half of the world population will have 3 eyes. It's not possible. One person may have pancreas malfunction. Not the half population of the world cannot have pancreas malfunction. 1% or 0.1% will have that. 3 eyes, born with 3 eyes. 4 limbs, 3 eyes. Not half of the world. Pancreas will never malfunction. If we give proper QA, will test it. If it is proper QA, will pass everything. So, what is this third party in the case of our body? Insulin tablets. So, you will check sugar 400, sugar 200, okay, start taking this tablet. What the tablet will do is same thing. It will go into the body. It has insulin. The tablet that we take, it has the certification. It cannot do test. Any sugar guy who is roaming around, stick it. Take the glucose, stick insulin. Take it, stick it. Take it, stick it. Still, poor guy, he doesn't know. He sees insulin, he sees glucose, he'll consume. And the organ that consumes more gets damaged first. Because it's not properly made sugar. Bad guy is going inside, spoils company products, will spoil the company reputation. Here the bad sugar will spoil the body, organ itself. Say somebody has more work to do with eyes. So their eyes will get affected. Their eyes will become dim and all those things. When you go to doctor, say, first question is, are you diabetic? Yes. Which means you are eating insulin tablets, which means your eyes have got spoiled, because eyes is the maximum consumer in your case. So if you are diabetic, eyes will be dull only. So somebody who's walking a lot or running a lot, oh, if you are diabetic, then yes, you will get a wound in the leg, and if wound it comes, it won't heal. Yeah. Then what I should do, doctor? Nothing, we'll cut it. That's what is happening.
So why that wound also not healing even diabetic person?
Correct. So blood is the carrier of all the nutrition and all those things. It will also carry the medicine. So when wound happened, it will carry the medicine, right? But since that blood is also carrying the blood glucose, which is having the wrong certification, it will not allow the healing to happen. The problem is something else, right? Because by giving bad sugar, we have only spoiled our body, right? It's like, in a simple word, instead of putting petrol, you're putting crude oil in your bike. So it will, a few meters it will run, but then it will start developing problems.
What do you suggest after substitute?
Yeah, we start eating properly. You see the second session that we had. We start eating properly, then everything will go good.
No, somebody is already diabetic.
Already diabetes. Okay, I'll come to that. Good point. I'll come to that. Yeah. So in this glucose also, there is a tablet which is the first stage. So you go to the doctor, sir, doctor, 200 blood sugar. I'm giving some numbers. I don't know the exact numbers. 200 blood sugar. He'll give you one 5 mg tablet. You take this. So then you'll miss 1 or 2 days tablet. Then the other symptoms will start developing. Will start becoming weak because not enough glucose. And more of urine passing because of the blood. So you go to the doctor and the doctor will say, did you miss a tablet? Yes, that day it was a function. I could not carry the tablet. I missed the thing. See, that's the reason from 200 it has jumped to 300. Now 5 mg tablet will not be enough. I will give you 50 mg tablet. Next time you go, the mg of the tablet will increase only. Why? The more the tablet mg is increasing, the more the bad sugar is getting converted. Of course, the tablet does not know good sugar or bad sugar. It will use insulin level for everything. By chance, if you are eating properly and some good glucose also gets insulin level, that's how we are surviving. People who are eating tablets are surviving because in the body somewhere there is good glucose also going in. Percentage ratio may vary from person to person. Because some good glucose also is going, so we are surviving and going on. And this diabetics kills a person slowly because so that's how it is.
So if you do not take any medication, if you live with that only,
correct.
Still nothing will
happen. Only other symptoms will happen. We'll feel more urgency to urinate because blood sugar is there. So the moment the bad is there, it roams throughout the body. Pancreas has not given insulin, it will send it to the urinary. So we'll feel more thing for urination, and because the good is quantity is less, we'll start feeling tiredness.
means when you are coming closer to your lunch or sometime
Correct.
before that, you will feel like dizziness.
Diabetic people, they feel hungry very soon,
Yeah.
right?
Because whatever the glucose was there, it is getting converted, and the body will use whatever it is needed, and the rest it will start compacting and storing. And the tablet, sorry, the answer your question. So you're telling the diabetic patient will start feeling hungry more and more because this insulin, which are released, are more than the glucose that is released in the body. So insulin is, say, let's say, 1,000 insulin labels have been released, but from the food, good and bad together, put only 500 only came. So these insulin guys will be, where is glucose, where is glucose, where is glucose? That will create the urge to eat more.
Do you think there is no support required for the body for a diabetic patient?
So what stage we are, whether we started medication or we are pre-medication is the question. Pre-medication, nothing is required. Only thing we have to correct this. Start eating properly so that digestion happens properly. Body will get enough energy. If you have already started medication, then I'll come to that. How ways best to take. At least till here it is clear.
So one reconfirmation, whatever the blood test report says, the number, it's all the bad sugar, is it?
The medical science today does not know whether it is good or bad. It just gives you a number. And that number, if you take at this stage, it is different.
Yeah.
At this stage, it is different. And this stage is different. Because once pancreas gives certification, the number will reduce. Because cells will start consuming. Before pancreas gives, it will be more.
That's what with fasting they
Correct.
one.
One reading, and after fasting, they take one reading. The thing is this only. Fasting means before the food has entered, what was the level? After the food has entered, what was the level? It is not required. If its body needs it, and pancreas certified, body will use it. Excess, it will compact and store it. So no need to do blood sugar level test. Somebody was pointing out, I think Vikram was pointing out.
What do we understand from that reading? Because all
Nothing.
doctors refer to that reading.
Nothing. The need not, sugar test need not be done.
Then how you will come to know how is your body at any stage?
Because
When you are going for a
doctors
full body checkup, we are not only doing this.
So full body checkup, that I'll come to that. I think Vikram pointed out that. So one day the blood sugar, the standard set by Health Organization was at 200. Above 200, if you go, you are diabetic.
Fasting was 160.
I don't know the exact numbers.
The post sugar was 200.
200 something.
It was there.
And
I think in
they fail
94 or 84.
something.
The World Health Organization
They changed it.
brought down
Correct.
120 and 80.
Correct. So they had the standard of 200, and they thinking that we have found out one very nice product called as insulin tablet. Sales is not happening much. Okay, instead of 200, let's make it 150. Overnight, half of the world population become diabetic. So no need to do any kind of test. Because if you do test, full body checkup, there are some 4,000 parameters that will be judged. One of the parameters you will get locked. As per them.
Why I'm asking is the prescription is based on this reading. If it is lesser, they give you tablet.
Lesser mg, next is injection.
So,
That is even more dangerous. So first they will start 5 mg, 10 mg, 500 mg. Once none of these tablets is able to cater,
Sticking to the same
injection.
mg throughout, like let's say they have given 5 mg and after 10 years also still 5 mg. So that time the patient
Which means constantly without a variation we are spoiling our body. Constantly. If there is variation, we are going at different
Like
places.
good poison and bad poison. Did you consume like 1 ounce?
So
Maybe
what
I
is-
will equal more on hereditary based.
yeah.
again, that is again a myth.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
that's why he has to
could
open.
be inherited bad food habits.
So before you start, I will tell only one statement. Like if we have, unfortunately, if we have, according to our reports, if we have some diabetic condition, and it is because of our own living style problem, then we can correct it. With that basis, we start recording for hereditary.
So heredity, there is nothing called as heredity. So women during pregnancy, automatically their diabetic levels will be higher because that time the body requires a lot of glucose, energy, and all that. So otherwise there is nothing called as hereditary diabetes. I'm saying diabetes itself is not a disease. So it's not even a hereditary disease also. Probably you may have a different opinion.
Like if your father had, then you have.
So father itself doesn't have diabetic, I'm saying. Nobody in the world has diabetic.
Wrong diagnosis.
If somebody is having diagnosed as diabetic and taking medicine, that is a disease. But by nature we don't have that, we are not diabetic. But if somebody is eating tablet, then that person you may want to call him diabetic.
Type 1, type 2 diabetes, right? Type 1 is with by birth kid will get, right? So what is that? I mean, is born with a troublesome pancreas or something?
That will be very, very, very rare.
I know, it's a rare percentage is very rare.
Very rare.
There are one, but what exactly in your explanation?
So if somebody is born with a particular malfunction, which means when his mother was in the delivery stage, she did not eat properly. The taste that we wanted to eat. The taste has energy. That's what we discussed in one of the previous ones. Each taste has a different energy. And people, especially women during the pregnancy phase, they'll have craving to eat some particular thing. And they'll eat very little, and after that, I don't want this. I want something else. I want something else. So the taste, if they don't eat at that point of time, that will create, a child to be born with effective, organs and mechanisms. During that stage, if the mother eats properly, then the child will be delivered properly. Okay. So coming back, tablets we are eating, the mg is increasing. At one point, that is not enough. They'll start injection. Injection is a very, very advanced stage of spoiling ourselves. So tablet again, it's like food only. It will go and come out this. It will take 2 hours time to release this insulin, guys. When the insulin, you have to eat tablet before. So that insulin is ready, glucose starts coming, it starts sticking the label. You take the tablet, you don't eat the food. So there are a lot of insulin who are asking, where is glucose? Where is glucose? Where is glucose? That person will feel very uncomfortable. If you take just the tablet, don't eat. So you take the tablet, eat, then this process happens. Of course, it's not a good process. Injection, immediately. Tablet takes 2-3 times, 2-3 hours, some process of digestion it goes, and finally you get the insulin. Injection, directly insulin. Directly you are releasing that 100 tests, 1000 test cases are going to come, please pass it. Injection is a very bad stage, advanced stage of this thing. And I think the insulin that matches the human insulin very closely, I think pig insulin matches the human insulin more, so that injection is taken from that. That's what I think. So next thing, so what happens if this bad glucose gets into the body, bad and good glucose combination because of the thing gets into the body, that organ starts decaying faster. So somebody is using his eyes more, the eye gets problem more. So somebody leg. So most of the time the legs are the maximum consumer of our blood, right? When we are standing or sitting like this, the blood flow is more on the leg. So that's the reason you can see somebody who's taking this diabetic insulin tablets for long, they will have problem in the leg. Some wound will come, it will not heal. Doctor will say, no, you have to cut. Because the leg is the more consumer of the blood. Somebody's eyes is the more consumer, that eyes will start thinking. So now you tell me, should a person diagnosed as diabetic should eat sweet or not eat sweet? He should eat, but eat properly. Right? Eat properly, digest it properly, so then everything will go proper. No need to take this recording, take this measurement. Because 200 to 150, tomorrow they'll come to 100. Tomorrow they'll say, don't eat any food there. I will give you tablet, you eat. So I think we'll not have enough time to cover BP. We can take some questions. Yeah.
Is this theoretically done or practically proved one, whatever you are saying?
This is practically proved one, and people who are taking diabetic tablets for 5 years, 10 years after attending Bhaskar session and other session, they have stopped. People who are taking tablet for 10 years, from the past 2-3 years, they have stopped. So how to stop? We have to stop gradually, because we have spoiled our body gradually. Directly we did not take injection. No, we took 5 mg, 10 mg, 50 mg, 500 mg. Finally, we took injection.
My mother used to take a daily injection. So how to?
Slowly you have to reduce. So First, we should start following the techniques of good eating. Make sure good things are going into the body. And the second step of cleansing. So till whatever damage we have done, we have to clear the damage also.
By drinking more water or those kinds of things.
There is a set of cleansing techniques. Somebody will say drink more water every day. That is also not correct.
There is one thing is apple cider vinegar. Do you have any comments for that?
I don't know what is that. You have to tell me in a plain language.
So people,
Huh?
the answering process,
Mhm.
like people used to take that for, people have this more bad sugar, yeah, on the body. So that is also a one form of Ayurvedic.
Right. So water cleansing is one of the cleansing techniques. But unfortunately, what we do is we take 2 liters. Somebody will say drink 1 liter of water in the morning. We drink 1 liter of water in the morning. Body will start cleaning. So from the mouth throughout the food pipe, it will start cleaning. We'll take 1 liter of water. It will start cleaning process. Immediately we'll drink coffee or eat breakfast. Now body will confused. This guy has given so many water. I started cleaning. Now he has given coffee. Should I digest or should I drink? Body gets confused. So this water cleansing can be done, but it should not be done every day. Once in a month is okay. So that also some certain procedures are there. So you should drink 1 or 2 liters of water based on your level. And after that you should not do anything. Don't do any physical work. Don't eat any food. Drink water. Drink little bit of half. You can drink up to 1 liter, 1.5 liter, based on your level of thirst and age group and the weather factor and all that. And drink water, pass water. Drink water, pass water. Till the complete water is out. After that, when you feel hungry, you should start eating. So you drink water and should not take coffee, tea or food. Drink water, allow it to cleanse. And this is not a process that should be done every day. It should be done maximum once a month. So that will clean. Of course, we will discuss completely on cleansing process. There are some 10 very good techniques of cleansing processes. We will discuss that also.
If the person is diabetic and he has used this technique and he is feeling hungry and he is not taking anything as for you, you should not take.
No, if you are hungry, you should eat. So, okay, we'll just cover that. We got diabetic. So, a person is diabetic, what he should do? First, start eating properly so that more and more good things are going, and continue your tablet or insulin or whatever you are doing. So, now this guy will be, earlier he doesn't know whether he was giving for good or bad. But if you are eating properly, digesting properly, we for sure know that more good guys are increasing here. Correct? So, more good guys are increasing and bad guys are reducing. Correct? So, whatever damage we did, slowly we are recovering. Once in a month, start reducing the dose by little, 10%.
If you are taking the least one, 5 ml.
Lesser than that. How long you have been taking?
Frequency you can reduce.
How long you have been taking? If you have been taking for 1 year, then ideally up to like 30% we should give. If you have been taking tablet for 1 year, at least 3 months you should start eating the good proper habits and start taking the same thing. After 1 month, reduce a little. After 2 months, reduce a little. 3rd month, you can start. If you are taking for 1 year.
So long, so people taking for
This is the ratio. Up to 10 to 30% is the ratio. If somebody is taking 10 years, they should gradually give up in 1 year. Gradually give. You will only feel comfortable. Okay, I'm taking lesser tablets, but I'm feeling.
But number checking test.
Number checking, medical science has not
I
improved.
will tell you one thing that based on my experience, whenever we have any sort of distortion in our body, anything like it's sticking somewhere, itching somewhere, who will come to know? We will come to know immediately, right? So we have to immediately attend to that one. If we delay that, then a lot of problems will come. Like for example, in my case, I used to have wounds in my childhood. They would never heal. So my parents took me to a few doctors, and one of them said that he might be having some, maybe this kind of diabetes. I was.
That time it was not fashion, maybe now it is really
But I was
fashion.
like, I wanted to have, the only thing I wanted to have in life was a healthy life. I wanted to have a healthy life and a perfectly healthy life. So I said, what can be done? That doctor was really a good person. He told me, see, if you follow some good practices, then after some time you will become a better healthy person. So I started to practice a few things. I was not doing it properly. The thing is, we were not able to get afford good food at, so we would go with all the biscuits and chocolates in my childhood, and
meeting of it.
So the thing is, we have to sense what is happening with us, and if it is something that you need to give attention to, you have to plan. The second most important thing is the urges. All the whole of the body keeps releasing something. So if it has to go, let it go. Don't delay that.
We have to communicate with our body. That's
All the wastages have to go on the.
The more it stays in the body, the more damage it
Toxic
goes
release
reverse.
is important.
Goes reverse and toxic.
That is
spreads. You never know where it can
Correct, correct.
I think mind
So
is
people-
the most powerful thing of everything, right? The more, suppose your levels are more, right? Some diagnosis.
It's more of a
The more you
to do with
feel
mental.
in your mind that okay, this is getting
Fear.
more, this is getting more. Because of the fear, you actually.
And the body will start actually
Body
creating
will
the
actually start
symptoms
doing
that you are
right?
fearing of.
So you get out of the fear and say, okay, this will not affect me, and I'm going to change my habits accordingly. It will just go away.
Correct. It's more to do mind
More to do with the
mindset
mind
also.
control.
People on the call, any questions? We can take one or two quickly.
What are the food habits we have to follow?
Yeah. So probably we'll repeat that session because a lot of requests are coming for that. For now, we should eat with our lips closed. That's it. Eat when we are hungry and eat with lips closed. You can eat whatever you want. We'll come to the category of food. There are 5 types of food which you have to eat when and all that. But for now, eat whatever you want to eat. But eat with the lips closed. That will ensure that saliva mixes properly with the food and digestion happens properly.
What are the good and bad types of glucose?
The food that is digested properly is good glucose. The food that is not digested properly is bad glucose. There's nothing like, okay, there is good glucose, there is bad glucose in that, nothing. Everything has glucose. And everything is good glucose. We are not chewing it properly, so it is becoming bad. Our thing is mentally always, we are always ready to blame on the others. Pancreas malfunction. We never told that we did not chew properly. Right? So what to do if somebody does not have teeth? Outsource that job to someone else. Mixer, I meant. Mix it nicely, grind it, make it into a paste. But mixing saliva is your job. That cannot be outsourced. Mix saliva and then the food which is going below the throat should be in a liquid form. If you take care of this, nothing else is required. If it is going below this as pizza, burger, chapati, rice, then we have a problem. Below this, if it goes as a paste, no problem. It has to go as a paste. Before going this, all the taste should be extracted. Taste the food nicely because taste is energy. That was one of the previous topics. Taste is energy. You eat the taste, immediately you get energy. So good glucose or bad glucose, it is in our hand only. We eat properly, it becomes good glucose. Pancreas will give insulin. Body will take how much ever it requires. Body requires 5 grams of glucose every second. That's it. Not more. That's it. Excess, it will start storing. Because in case of emergency, it will use. I'll just give an example. Probably with that we can end. So there was one person who met with an accident on the hospital, outside the hospital. He came to meet his friend. Some car came in, banged him. On the outside the hospital steps, he got hit and he was bleeding. Same car goes into the outskirts and hits another person. Let's, for theory, say that both are same age group, same impact, same blood loss. Person was outside the hospital, same impact, same age group, same impact, same health, everything. The person outside the hospital, they brought him inside and he died. The person who was got out in the outskirts, it took some 3-4 hours. After that, some bypasses saw. Then they called the ambulance. Then they brought that guy, and that guy survived. What could be the reason?
Stored glucose at more.
Very good. That guy might have had a lot of stored glucose, good glucose. See, normally body will store glucose because it will see insulin. Insulin label is there. No cell has consumed. This insulin is good. I will start storing. If this guy was a person who was taking diabetic tablets and insulins and injections, it was stored all the bad things, or it has not stored at all. Either of the cases. So in case of emergency, the glucose only will help. Glucose and bones.
How do you differentiate this good and bad? Because
we don't know.
no, we don't know.
There's no instrument to test and tell.
In that case, if I'm thinking like I will like store some good glucose,
Correct.
and I should not store some bad cholesterol. You know.
Good cholesterol cholesterol when we eat, bad cholesterol body will throw.
It's not going. Sometimes it is coming and it will show you LDL is high and triglycerides is very high and your HDL is going less. And that time you are eating as usual. You don't know. So that's the difference, if you can say.
Okay.
How we will
For cholesterol only I can say, but otherwise in general we eat properly, it will go good only. There is no other go. Even we eat when we are hungry, mix with saliva, there is no chance that bad things will go inside. It will go good only. Because this hunger is so powerful that it can melt iron nails. That is the powerful of it. But we are not using properly. Because we are not chewing properly, more of the fire is used for less only. Say we have 3-4 course meal, rice, sambar, then rasam, then curd rice and all that. So the rice with sambar only has taken out all the fire. Because they are not chewed properly, more process for that. If we chew it properly, then that little of that will be used for everything. So coming to your question, if we eat properly, then that fire will do off. Everything that will go will be good only. We should eat only when we are hungry. We should chew with lips closed. And there's a stage when we'll come to know, we'll get a different kind of burp. People who are attended previous class, did you ever get that? When you chew with lips, you got that? I think you also. So when we chew with lips closed, make it fine paste before going this down, we'll get a different type of burp. Till now we would have got a burp when we are hungry. We would have got a burp when we would have eaten something stale. We would have got a burp when we overeat. There is a fourth category of burp. It is a very short burp, and that you will get when you eat properly. We have not experienced that.
It's full of satisfaction, then you get the burp.
Yeah, satisfaction, chew it properly, lips closed, it's going as a paste below this. By the time you finish your meal or wash your hand, you will get a burp. That is the right quantity of food. After a burp, if you eat, it is more.
One more question is, as you said, like we should eat when you are feeling hungry.
Correct.
But that's something where I read, like we should maintain our food habit, like proper time of food, like lunch, dinner, all those things in a proper time. And whether you are feeling hungry or not, only maintain that time so that body will give that adjustment automatically.
We are training our body to maintain. 1 o'clock we should have lunch. 7 o'clock we should have breakfast.
No, you should not have your dinner and all very late. Even that time you are feeling hungry, let's say 11 o'clock night. If you are having food.
All this actually we covered in that topic of eating and all those things, but still I'll answer your question. So what happens is, when hunger is not there, this is our stomach, when hunger is there, it will increase one acid. Okay? And when food comes, it can digest this. When hunger is not there, this acid is not there. Food has come. It has to get digested in a certain time. Otherwise, it is more harmful for the body. So, body will not give up. The body will say, this guy has eaten when I am not hungry. What kind of disease? But it will not give up. It will still try to produce as much as possible. So, we should not eat on particular time. I will give one more example. Say, today we are sitting in office, morning to evening, AC, no much of physical work. At 1 o'clock we ate lunch. Tomorrow, we are going for a team outing. From morning to evening, we are playing from morning only we are playing very hard, we are playing football, we are playing very physical activity. 10 o'clock only we started feeling hungry. Because the requirement of food is different in today, tomorrow it is different.
So as per you, anytime we are feeling hungry,
we should eat.
I think at some point, maybe later sessions, one of the requests is to talk about, there is a process called fasting cure.
Correct.
It is
Correct.
there for hundreds of years.
Correct. Correct.
It's there in every culture, but we have kind of written it off.
Correct.
Right? Which is like, I have seen people practicing even at home.
Correct. Correct.
Even now, nothing.
Eat the rest of the body.
Fasting.
It's called fasting. Fast. Nothing
Fasting.
happens, just fast. And
Yes,
2
yes.
days, 3 days, you're fine.
So that the stored glucose will be utilized.
So
Correct.
I think the whole perception about the food will change when you talk about
Yes,
fasting.
yes. So fasting helps.
Right?
I'm doing that thing.
Yeah, see, every 15 days they
Whenever I have a fever.
observe
Ekadashi.
right?
Right.
The 11th day.
Ekadashi
What's supposed to
was
be?
technically on the day
fast.
of Ekadashi, the way the sun rays fall in us, there's
Right.
more of UV light or something like that, very scientifically.
Digestion also
So
happens
the
less on
digestion
that day.
happens really
Less,
slowly. So
right.
that day you get rest of the body consuming no food. Right?
Correct.
Some people go on a liquid diet, but whatever. So the amount of starch that gets released out of the grains that you eat is more,
The
sun rays won't let it digest
Right.
as easily. So they fast every 15 days
days.
on the Ekadashi day. There's a fasting.
Correct.
That's how our ancient people cured themselves. There was nothing. There was no medication like how we have. Didn't they survive? They survived longer than us.
Right.
Much healthier than us.
Fasting, no, I totally agree with you, but the fasting I'm referring to is like a medical pill you consume for anything that doesn't go well in your body.
Okay.
It doesn't nothing to do with Ekadashi or Dwadashi.
No, that's not
I'm in fever,
scientifically, yeah.
next 2 days just don't eat.
Correct.
Yeah, it heals. It does heal. Yeah.
Yeah, so for this example, I was about to tell that whenever I have a cold or fever, I don't have it so frequently nowadays. Whenever I used to have, yeah, I picked up on my immune system. So whenever I used to have, I used to avoid all the food stuff.
Yes.
And I would take only lukewarm water.
Right.
If necessary, I'll know how much hot water I need. So
Correct.
accordingly, I will take that kind of water, and then I would stay with that for the rest of the day.
And
If I feel very tired, I'll take a small amount of honey or lemon.
And that is a treatment for cold. Because when
Cold is also taken care.
correct. It's actually a treatment for cold. If you're having cold, stomach we should do empty. What it will do, it will pull all the cold that is stored in the lungs, it will pull everything. Fasting is a actual cure for cold.
And for 3 days,
If you eat more, so what happens is, so we have cold or say any other thing, we are eating more. Now the body also needs energy to digest the food. It also needs energy to treatment. Now if you don't eat, it will conserve all the energy and it will start doing the treatment.
So why they ask to have more liquids during the cold?
Liquids during the cold.
Yeah, when you are cold or cough, they'll ask you to have
more.
liquid.
So the cold will increase. No, the cold will increase because the cold also requires a liquid. Yeah. So when we cough, right, along with the air, there also some water particle will come out. So water is required in that. So when we are past diarrhea, that also the water is more required. So cold also is made with the element of water. So that's required water.
There's fluid loss.
Fluid loss.
In the treatment also it helps us. That's what my question.
you would have heard from homeopathic philosophy, similia similibus curantur, something like that. So the same thing fuels the same. So it's like whatever they prescribe will be a very minute quantity of
the same
thing
thing.
that has caused you the problem. That is actually not evaluated properly by the ongoing scientific community. They say according to Avogadro's constant, it doesn't work. So who says you should limit yourself to Avogadro's constant? There's something below that also.
Correct. See, this MBBS, this medicine is very new. It's not even matured, and as a fundamental only, it has a fault. Our ancient Ayurvedic medicines are very, very mature. Thousands of years they have stayed. Ayurvedic, homeopathy, Unani, they are staged, tested, time tested. And if I'm not wrong, Ayurveda talks about like thousands of diseases. It never talks about diabetic or blood pressure. Never talks.
It talks about two things mainly. One is purification of blood and balancing the Vata, Pitta and Kapha.
That's it. Balance these three things, body will be healthy. That's it. Nothing will happen. Why they don't talk about diabetic and BP? Because they're not a disease.
Even now, if you look at the definition of diabetes, just open any WikiHow or whatever, you will find that it's a lifestyle disorder.
That's a new name.
They say
Lifestyle disease.
Yeah, the definition has changed now.
But again, they say it is not curable, it is controllable.
But still, we will give you medicine. See the comment.
No, they say that it is not curable, it is controllable.
The food we eat is the root cause for diabetes.
The way we eat is causing good and bad glucose in the body. If we increase the good glucose, there will be no problem. You don't need to do test. Even if you do test, pancreas would have given a certificate. It depends on what time you are taking the test. If you are taking test immediately after it passes the digestion stage, glucose is produced before pancreas stage, then the level will be high. After pancreas given certificate, level will be low. Because pancreas given certificate, cell will start consuming, excess it will start compacting and putting.
So this can be taken care of, the proper digestion.
Proper digestion, yes. And new people can subscribe to the healthyliving@cisco.com if you have not subscribed.
And Bala, one more question from my side.
Yeah. I will take some questions. Yeah.
Yeah, so with your statement, can I conclude that we should not eat without hunger?
We should never eat without hunger.
Yeah, you said whenever we are hungry, we should take food. But what I am asking is, if we are not hungry, then we should not eat. That is
We should not
that's
eat.
what you are trying to tell?
Correct. If you are hungry, we
Oh.
should eat. If you are not hungry, we should not eat.
Okay.
If we are eating when we are not hungry, then we are giving a chance of producing more bad sugar in the body.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, got your point.
What is the difference of time we need to keep in mind when, while taking dinner and, when we go to the bed? What is the difference we need to...
Minimum 2 hours to 3 hours should be our last meal before going to bed, because the 2 hours is what the digestion process takes. So we have taken the meal and then we go to the bed. In the bed we will be crawling around and we will not allow the digestion to happen properly.
Doesn't matter the time, like for example, I take dinner...
Doesn't matter of the time.
10
We can have
PM.
dinner at 11 o'clock in the night, go to bed at 1 o'clock in the night, which is absolutely fine.
Okay.
And say somebody is sleeping and in between the night he wakes up at 3 a.m. and that time he is feeling very, very hungry. At that time he can eat whatever he wants to eat, but just give a 2 hour gap before the sleeping, that's it. So there is no time for eating, but ideally, guys, we'll have one discussion for just 2 minutes. So because this might be helpful, the question is, can we eat after sunset, after night? So we can eat, and whenever we are feeling hungry, we can eat. So somebody is sleeping, taking dinner at 11 o'clock, no problem. At 1 o'clock we can go to sleep, because 2 hours it takes for the digestion to complete. So in between somebody got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and he is feeling hungry, no problem, you can eat it. If you are hungry, you should eat it. If you are not hungry, you should not eat it. But after eating, you should give at least 2 hours before sleeping. And there's no fixed like breakfast, lunch, dinner. See, our physical activity is different, we'll start feeling hungry differently. Next question is, not every meal we will be able to, follow like this. 10 meal in a month, say in a month we have 90 meals. Out of that 10 meal, if we eat when we are hungry, we are done more than enough. 10 meal out of 90 meals, 10 meal if we have when we are hungry, chew nicely, properly, that's more than enough. Probably from today we should maintain a calendar. Today, it helps.
Bala,
Yeah.
you said we need at least 2 hours for digestion. Is there any process to make this digestion faster?
Sure. Sure, thanks. Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, Bala, you said we need 2 hours for digestion, right?
Correct.
But is there any way to make the digestion faster? Because after eating, people are telling we need to walk or we need to do some
No. We should not walk, because when we eat, the blood flow is towards the stomach where it is required to digest. At that time, if you do brisk walking, the blood flow will go to the limbs and digestion process will get affected.
Okay.
And this 2 hours we cannot do anything. It will take 2 hours. That is the body's requirement. So one thing we can do to aid it, it won't increase the speed of it, but it will help in aiding is when we sit with folded legs and we eat.
Okay.
So if we are sitting in a chair, our legs are suspended down. We can sit in a chair on a floor with legs folded, and after eating also we can sit with folded legs. This will ensure more blood flow is to the stomach region where it will help. So in the office we may not be able to do, but on a Sunday we can do. So sit with legs folded and eat, so that will help in digesting properly.
Okay. And Bala, I missed out your previous sessions. Can you please, if I am subscribing to the mailer address which you said, I'll get the recordings?
Yes. You subscribe to the mailer ID and I will share that link also. I also send it in BLR Masala as well.
Okay.
Jaiwan groups/healthy living. That page will have everything.
Sorry, come again please.
I'll send the link. Jaiwan groups/healthy living. That's the URL.
Okay.
Groups/healthy living.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Whatever questions you have, please send it to me. I'll try to answer as much as for my knowledge. Thanks for joining. We'll continue the next session. BP I wanted to cover today, but this only took so much time. BP will cover in the next session. So every Wednesday we meet 1 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Hello.
Yeah, that is what is the only periods we have noticed 13, 14, 15, we have 1, 2, and 60 is Friday. The crowd won't be there. Right? Most of them will have been only we have 3 days. Okay, yeah. Next week, 16th. If you want to move Calo, I can move Calo on Tuesday. Because now, if they Tuesday they have a meeting. Like 20th, sorry. Because this week is on so next 3 days. Monday is Monday. Hold on. 13th, 14th. 13th, 14th. Not sure, but I think. Okay, I'm because it's already delayed. We'll postpone the. I said 20th. Yeah, 20th for him. One second. Okay. And what they will. You see, sir, both the CS also we need to do. For all session done. Sorry. We'll keep one on the but we are it was not a whiteboard. Whiteboard is 1 or 4. What about I can understand. You can understand. So I schedule a Friday. What is 2 to 3? Lab. You can create lab 2 to 3. How to do? People will be there from 2 to 3. So I'll do it 12 to 2. 1 to 3. Lunchtime. 1 to 3. It's a 1 hour session. Or it will take 1 hour. All if you have more, who's going to take it? People coming out. We need to schedule it. Okay. What do we do? So Thursday I'll do it from 2 to 3:30. Just in case if goes beyond, it is around. Very close to 2 hours. Because all day is 1 hour. But we need to tell people in one way they need to come and because one we tell everyone on the sorry. I'll send a meeting invite now. Because for this 2 days, you need to find out there are the effects. So if you're 15, then let me know once you have one of your position and one is okay. We have this.
Hi, is the session over now?
I have to get it up from them, let you know if that works for them. I don't do so far. Okay, they are just really and for you, 1 hour is sufficient. 1 hour. We are keeping basic. Then probably second we can go like intermediate and then deep dive into Python. That is not required, but I guess basics is required. And there was just one thing, somebody who is basic training enough. If someone I'll ask is that either Tanan or Jai, Tanan or Jai, you know, code because most of them require something there. We have Bala is there. Yeah. Actually, share I but it's still need to check in and upload. Like, actually, setting your programs to be basic. Share. But